What's happening, everyone? Welcome back to another video. You joined me on a rooftop, car park rooftop, and surprise surprise, you joined me with my 2022 Audi Rs3. You guys are currently sat on the roof of the car. Today the video is going to be about 5 hidden features of the car. I've had the car for about a month now, or just over. I've covered actually a couple of thousand miles in the car. It's just ticked over 2,000 miles, so I've definitely driven it. And there's 5 things, well, I think there's probably 6 or 7, but I'll do 5 just to keep the video nice and short and tidy. 5 things that I didn't actually know when buying the car, and as I've sort of owned it for the month and things have progressed, I've actually discovered. So we'll get into those shortly, but first I'm going to talk to you guys about how I've sort of ruined or broke my 2022 Audi Rs3. So yeah, let's crack on. Right then, so the car's parked up behind me. We're actually on a rooftop at the moment. So yeah, what I'd like to get into is how I've ruined the car. I've only had it a month. I've done a modification. I don't know if you guys have seen the last video. I actually got spacers put on the car. I went on the extreme end of the scale. I got 15 on the front, 15 mil, so 1.5 centimetres, and 20 mil on the back, so 2 centimetres. People say, I've seen a few people out and about, I saw Archie Hamilton the other week actually, and he thought, he actually questioned me and said, do you think you've overdone it on the front? I mean, maybe I have, and yeah, it's sort of it's come to fruition that might be the case. So I got the car cleaned literally yesterday morning. I drove it home, and by the time I got home it was already filthy, and I couldn't understand why. So it got me thinking, and I sort of got to the conclusion that basically, actually, let me just change where the wheels are sat, because that'll help you guys to understand a little bit better. Let's pop in. Might the oh, get the key inside. There we go. It's happy with me now. Right, yeah. So let's just have a quick look. I'll just straighten the wheels quickly, and you guys will be able to see. So there we go. Wheels nice and straight. So now, as you can see, spacers on. The car, actually, the tyre sits just outside the wheel arch. Now, what that means is, as the wheel turns and rotates, any mess that's on the road, puddles, dirt, whatever, gets flicked backwards down the side of the car. So where it actually tracks outside the wheel arch is no longer catching the dirt in there, it's just getting flung down the side of the car. And what that means is, basically, as soon as you drive it away from having it washed, you literally end up with this on the side of the car straight away. So I was going to get the car cleaned and obviously have it nice for the video, but what I thought is I'd show you guys sort of the issue that I've got now I've put the spacers on. So that's issue number 1, and the thing that I actually say I've kind of broken it is where this back wheel is now spaced. Basically, it sits quite a long way outside the wheel arch. Now, I was driving on the way to the football through London the other day. It's about an hour's journey for me, so I was going over speed bumps, undulations in the road, and whatever else. And what I came across, I had my dad sat in the back, mum in the front, and what I found out as I was going over bumps is that the car was making sort of a not a crunching noise, but it was almost like there was some resistance. Yeah, it was brushing on something, and what that was, where the Rs3's got a very supple ride and it's very forgiving over bumps, even though, despite sort of the fact it's meant to be a sporty car, the suspension is very relaxed. And as we went over a few bumps and the wheels sit outside sort of the track of the wheel arch, just on the corner here, so you see this sort of mud deflector or whatever you sort of call it on the corner. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's actually just here. It's actually started to wear away. Oh, I didn't even realise it was that bad. As I do it, it's coming off more, look. So part of the corner of that is actually peeling away, where this edge here of the wheel, as you go over a bump, it collides with that and it rubs away part of the plastic on the edge of the wheel. See, it's got it on this side as well. Don't know if you guys can pick that up, but just on there, and you can actually see around the edge of the wheel here the markings of where it's been brushing. So yeah, I think 20 on the back is actually overdoing it, so I'm going to have to adjust that, maybe down to 15 on the back and maybe put 12.5 or something on the front, just so that the it sort of balances. But I don't know if you guys can see that actually this sits well under the wheel arch, and the front one sits right out. So I mean, you know, it's not, so at the top it's under, but yeah, as you can see there, I mean, you can see on just this edge here where the sort of the line of collision on this part here actually occurs. So yeah, I'm gonna have to adjust that. So that's how basically I've already started causing damage to my Rs3. Right, we'll hop in now, take it to the car wash, get it nice and fresh for the video, and then blooming hell, my voice. And then what we'll do 5 hidden features. So yeah, we'll pop over to the car wash and we'll start with that shortly. Right, so I'll just set you guys down here, put you nice and close so you can hear. I'll start the car up in efficiency mode to start with, or actually I could even do dynamic, and then I'll flip it over to RS Performance and you'll hear the difference. Right, so that was dynamic mode, and now I'll flick over to RS Performance and you'll hear that you get a lot more burbles. I actually I had the car in dynamic mode, and that I thought, you know, for startup it wouldn't really change between that and RS Performance, and yeah, I actually quite quickly became quite obsessed with flicking it over into RS before I actually start the car. I did it at the car meet and I was actually quite surprised at how good it sounds. So yeah, I'll pop the camera back down and let you guys listen to this one. Yeah, so I don't know if you guys managed to notice the difference, but the exhaust note when you start up, there's actually a lot more burbles on the startup in RS Performance, which is actually a lot more similar to the 8V Rs3 sound on startup. The Rs3 8V, I don't know for anyone that's had one or heard one start, but there's actually sort of a initial start up and the revs go up, and then there's a few pops on the way down as the revs decline again. So yeah, it actually sounds a lot more similar to that when you have it in RS Performance, and that is actually something I missed about the 8V. So yeah, that's just one of the hidden features that I found out that I actually really enjoy. So I'll go get the car clean now and we'll crack on with number 2. Right, so we just popped to the car wash, and I've very quickly spotted quite a nice TT RS. Well done. Right, so if you forgot that you were having your car washed, I don't know if you can see on the screen, I guess there's certain points around the car that are sensitive to it, but there you go, caught it again. So weird that it only comes up every once in a while though. Right, so I just pulled up at Maranello Ferrari Egham. Bit random in the middle of today's video, but I was just driving past and saw 2 MC20 Maseratis parked up. So these, there's a red one here and a yellow one just over there. So you don't actually see many of these. These are the first ones I've seen in the flesh. They have a 3 litre 6-cylinder double turbo engine, or twin turbo. They run about 630 brake, and 0 to 60 is 2.9 seconds on these, or just under 2.9 they claim, so I don't know, 2.8 something. But yeah, carbon absolutely everywhere. Carbon boot spoiler, rear diffuser, huge diffuser in carbon, carbon side skirts obviously, MC20 badging up there. This is like a really deep red. I don't know how well the camera's picking it up, but it's got a real nice fleck to it. Maserati logo on the front there, and a big carbon front splitter on there. Yeah, these actually go at about 190 list price, and then obviously options can exceed that quite aggressively, quite quickly. And MC20 number plate on that one there. But yeah, these things, I think the yellow is actually probably a nicer, sets it off a little bit nicer than the red maybe. Maybe that's because we're at a Ferrari garage and the red's a little bit insulting maybe, but there we go. But yeah, Maserati, Ferrari, Maranello Egham, 2 MC20s there. Don't know if they're customer cars or they're up for sale. They don't actually have any pricing in the window, but yeah, just thought I'd stop by and show you guys. Absolutely stunning, well done. Right then, so while we're at it, we'll have number 3. So with the car, if you're trying to get a nice photo of the car, I was trying to get one for Asia, I didn't know how. So you come over here on the light settings. What's going on? No, right, there we go. So you have basically your lights over here. If you go on this, it gives you a picture on the screen. Now, lights are off, that's obviously no good because you want some lights. Automatic lights, that's no good. You end up with normal headlights. Wow, why is it saying drive system active? It's ruining my video. Right, so lights are off. automatic lights, and what you actually want is side lights. Now when you've got side lights, I'll just jump out and show you guys what you actually get for that. So now this is where you manage to get the proper look. So you come down trying to get a photo and you want it to look as mean as possible. See, so here, the side lights, basically, these lights on and the flag, and it gets rid of this main light and these other ones. I'm not sure what these are, but this is the main headlight, and it gets rid of those. So when you're trying to get a photo, all that you get is a load of light glare on your camera. So yeah, when you've got, look at how much meaner it looks. So yeah, that's number 3. I mean, it's not exactly a hidden feature, it's just a feature that I didn't know about when I got the car, and now I'm trying to take photos of it regularly. It actually helps massively. So yeah, if you have an RS3, a new shape, and you want to get a nice photo, that's probably the way to go. Right, we'll jump on to number 4 now. Right then, so we'll jump on to number 4. We'll just fire her up quickly. Right, so we will touch on the fact of launch control. So now obviously there are gates right in front of me, I can't launch the car, but what I will show you is how you get it to launch mode. So drive select, flick through, you need to be in at least dynamic. I don't know if you've heard, the valves are now open, and the car is now revving a little bit higher. Then next thing, obviously shut the door, very important. Drive, so you come down here into drive, knock it back so that it then comes up with an S. You see here, go drive, knock it back, you get an S. S1, that basically means sport dynamic. Now, what you want to do, your next thing, is you want to flick the traction button off. So now you should have limited, whatever it is, stabilisation control, warning restricted stability. Now, that is exactly what you want. We'll pop the window, just so you guys can hear. So then you have, left foot on the brake, like that. Don't know if you guys can pick that up. And your right foot goes on the accelerator. Now, you jam that down, and what will happen is the revs will build, it should start to bounce, and then it will say launch mode or launch something will come up. So yeah, just watch. Yes, I don't know if you saw that. Launch control program activated. Now what that means is, basically if I were to release the brake, we'd then launch. Something else I can show you while we're on here, if you come over to acceleration measurement. Now, this says only use this function on a closed race course. However, oh, I think there's a lady behind trying to come in. 1 second, let me just move out of the way. What that basically means is when you launch the car, it'll track how quickly you get to 60 miles an hour. So you hold it on launch the car, release left foot off the brake, hold the right foot down, you'll launch, and it will time your 0 to 60. I haven't actually done that yet. I was going to let the car run in a little bit before I do that. I'll do that in a coming video, but that is how you can track your 0 to 60 time. People have been getting 3.1s, 3.3s out of this car, so that just goes to show that this car is quite understated on the actual figures of what it can achieve. So yeah, it's good to know that your car's actually faster than what Audi say it is. But yeah, that's how you get that. So I don't know what feature that is for or something, but yeah, just something to note in the new RS3. We'll get on to the 5th and final feature very shortly. Right, so I was just trying to film the 5th and final iteration of our 5 hidden features. I was trying to film it on a solo effort while driving. It all got a bit illegal, so I'm not going to put that in today's video. But what I will do is, in a coming video, I'll show you how the driver assistance package works, how it keeps you in your lane, and basically how the car drives itself. So yeah, I'll show you that at some point. But for now, I'm just going to round off the video where we are. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I enjoyed making it. It was a good laugh. Yeah, we're going to a car meet tomorrow, so I'll get some footage there of some fun things that we see. I've got this in the background. I don't know if you guys can see. I was pointing over it. Over here, it's the 997 Carrera S. It's a 56 plate. We'll be getting the car out at some point for a first drive in that car, so that's something to look forward to on the channel. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers, guys. Ta-da.